Hey, what's up, y'all? So, I just got out of physical therapy. This is my third session of physical therapy. I'm sitting in the car waiting for my mom. She's in the market. So yeah, physical therapy is painful. But it's necessary, right? It's necessary because it's painful. I can't lie, but it's necessary for recovery. So, and I guess I'm concerned because I still have a good amount of swelling as to where my big toe is not even touching the floor and the second toe is barely touching the floor. So that's the amount of swelling that I have, and it's still some stiffness there. It's getting a little bit better. I'm looking around because I'm sitting in the car, I'm looking outside, I'm so distracted, but it's getting better. And so it's just like a process. It's kind of like a difficult process if I make it difficult, if I keep my attention just on everything that's going on. But if I keep my attention on God and thank Him for the progress so far, thank Him that probably, I think like 2 weeks ago, I wasn't even really taking steps in a shoe. I'm still in the boot mostly, but at least now I'm able to take steps in the shoe. It's painful, but that's progress. I wasn't even I wasn't even able to take steps in the boot without the crutches a couple of weeks ago. So I had to thank God for the progress. Thank Him for the progress, that I'm not where I was the day that I got the surgery. And the devil tried to play with my mind. Then it's like, oh, you back where you were before you even got the surgery. You still in the boot. You still having swelling. You still having pain. But it's gonna get better. God is good, and when I always think about it, He's never failed me. I cannot think of one time in my life that God has failed me, that God was not faithful, that God didn't come through on His promises. And so I just have to keep reminding myself of that God is faithful and He will do all that He has promised. It's not one time in my life that He has it's not one time in my life that He has failed me. Like that song, Travis Green song, when it say do it again, like, God, you're able to do it again. This is like my fourth I guess trip to physical therapy because of other injuries, but God is good and He's brought me through every other time. Like, I'm fully recovered from the other injuries that I've had, and so He can do it again. And so that is just my little motivation, is that God is always faithful, and sometimes we're put in situations where we have to literally live by faith and not by sight. Because if I live by sight right now, then I would really be discouraged. I would really be like, oh, questioning God or doubting God that He will come through, because I'm still feeling this pain. I'm still feeling the swelling. I'm still kind of not back to where I was. But then that's I feel like this is a part, like the beautiful part of it is that I'm not where I was. And sometimes God don't want us to go back to what we knew. He want to do a new thing. And so I have to just be watchful and pay attention and stay focused on what God is doing. And He's never failed me. I can't think of a time that God has failed me. Each and every single time that I look back, God has made a way, and God knew what was perfect. God knew what was best. And it'd be some situations, while you're in it, of course, you be like questioning or just wondering what's going on. But when I look back and I see God's grace and how He's worked it out over and over again, and he just saved me so many times and got me through so many times. So I'm trusting him to do this again. And it might not be in the way that I expect. It might not even be in the way that I want, but it will be in the way that's best. And it will be in a way that's in alignment with his perfect will. And so I just wanted to share this little tidbit because earlier this week I was feeling discouraged, but I feel like God is just telling me to thank him for the progress, that I'm not where I was yesterday. I'm not where I was a week ago. I'm making progress. So thank him for the progress and keep pressing forward. And so I just wanted to share that with you to encourage you that you most likely are not the same person that you were a year ago. Shoot, most of us are not the same people we were before this coronavirus. And so it's like thanking God for the small things. Thank him for the progress in the little things, the day by day things, that you're not the same person you used to be, that you sometimes don't have the same desires that could have been destructive. You don't have those desires anymore. And so I just want to encourage you to thank God for the progress. Look back. If you're feeling discouraged, take a look, pray, seek God on just how he's moving and how he's working in your life. And there he is working. He is working, whether we're alert to it or aware of it or not. He is working in your life. And so yeah, I hope this encourage you that sometimes things may be painful. And at first, when I was on the crutches, every time I would have a little bit of pain, I would lift my feet. I would retract back because I was afraid of the pain. But I feel like in this season, right now, is a season where I have to actually face the pain. I can't be afraid of it no more. I can't be scared of it no more, but I have to face it and I have to get through it. Of course, if you're having, like in my case, you don't want to have sharp excruciating pain, that indicates that something is wrong. But in this case, some pain is normal for my situation, so I can't run from it no more. I can't depend on the crutches like forever. I can't depend on the crutches forever, but some pain is necessary. Sometimes things look worse before they get better, and so I need to focus on just the good, focus on the positive, focus on the goodness of God, that he is faithful and he will bring you through. Trust in his faithfulness. It says dwell in the land and trust in his faithfulness. He will not fail you. He will bring you through because of his character, and his character is never failing. So yeah, I know I'm all over the place with this. This is like a random talk, but yeah, just stay encouraged. Trust God through the process, trust God through the progress, trust God through the stretch. And sometimes, like even if you're stretching, like before you do exercises or anything like that, when you relax your body, you go deeper into the stretch and it's not as painful. But when you resist the stretch, when you tense up about the stretch, it's more painful and you don't get as far. So that's how we kind of got to be with God. Like sometimes he uses situations and circumstances to stretch us, but we have to trust him and relax and trust him that the stretching is for our good, and the stretching will get us to where he needs us to be. But if we resist that stretch, we're going to end up in pain. If we resist it, we're going to not go as deep as he wants us to go. So I hope that this video blessed you all, and I hope you all have a blessed and safe day. Bye.